Hi, welcome to my Instagram TV channel and my YouTube and Facebook and whatever social media. I'm Dasha and I am so excited to have you join me and to have you take this time to get to know me better. I've had a lot of resistance to make this video, and I guess it was because I know that it is a start of something big, and we're always a little bit scared to pursue something because we fear of failure or fear of success. And that's the biggest one: fear of success, fear of responsibility, fear of what is next. What do I do next? What's the next? Instead of just being in the moment. Yeah, and vulnerability, courage. It's scary to put yourself out there. So fear of failing, fear of rejection, fear of abandonment, fear of exclusion. That's all what comes up. Fear, shame, guilt. All these thoughts, and fuck it. That's what I say. Fuck it. Let's get down to business. So this video is me sharing about how it all began. Why this conscious manifesting life coach is called Travel and Other Drugs. What? Shouldn't be success, #success, successful life, empowerment, manifesting queen. I wanted that one, it's taken. And the thing is, it all began through travel. So I don't want to take away that from where it all began. And it all began with travel and other drugs. I didn't do any drugs apart from smoking weed legally in Amsterdam this one time when I was 22. I didn't do anything else apart from alcohol. So it was a play on words. It was a beginning of a travel lifestyle blog. So it was going to be about travel and food and fashion and all these other things. And then I went traveling, and instead of writing about everything, I just decided to be in the moment, live in the moment. And I began it all 4 years ago when I finished my degree in psych and decided that, wow, freedom! I can finally travel without restriction of time. I can do whatever I want. I saved and saved and saved, and then I went on this big adventure. It was going to be until money ran out. I was thinking 12 months. I hit 13 and the money wasn't running out, and I was like, whoa, what the fuck? I want to go back because I wanted to change my other passport so I could go to Russia in summer, and I didn't want to spend winter in Australia, so I just returned home. But at the beginning of that trip, I really wanted to get connected to my intuition. So that is where it all began. And I truly believe that travel allows you to really connect with your intuition and with the universe, and really allows you the freedom to get guided by that, because you have the freedom to do what you want to do and explore, and just allow the universe to take you on an adventure, a journey. And that's what I did. I hadn't had anything planned. I had a one-way ticket to Hawaii, and that's where everything went to shit, because then I had a ticket to LA where I was meeting my friend. And then I remember a day before looking, and I was like, I'm flying out tomorrow, but the ticket says Monday. Tomorrow is Thursday. What? And then I realized I accidentally booked that flight for wrong month. And because it was the wrong start of the year, I actually booked it the wrong month and year. Anyway, it all worked out like it was meant to, but it was a bit of a mess around and a bit of a stress, and a good first lesson of a lot of things. Yeah, because it was funny because I remember checking it so many times and not seeing it. This happens a lot, actually, to me. Not a lot, but like where I triple check something, but I don't see it. And I really check for it. And then I check again and it's there. And it's like, whoa, it was really not meant to be, you know? But yeah, it was a good lesson with money, which is another thing that I've worked through, which, yeah, is another story for another day. But when I was in Guatemala, one of my friends, actually, she was a catalyst in my transformation, in my spiritual journey, in my life. She actually registered me for a self-development program at the age of 16. She was the one that talked me into it. You know, my mom was there, was like, do you want to do it? I'm like, nah. And she was the one, nah, like, you should do it. And then I did this 3-day, 1 evening self-development seminar, and I was like, fuck, I love this. I want to take this to Russia. They don't have it in Russia. I have to become a leader. So then I was like, I was a team leader in the seminar that we then continued for 10 weeks. And then they put me in this program to become one of the leaders, like on the lower level for the company. It was 7 months, but I swear it was 9. It was so intense. I was 18. I gave up all my Friday nights to be there and learn. And there's 4 weekends in that program. And before every weekend, I was like, I'm quitting this motherfucker. I'm not coming back. Da, da, da. But I always came back and I completed and I was successful. And yeah, she was the one who was leading that program. And then she moved from Perth away to America and gifted me my first ever oracle cards. They were crystal cards, and that really introduced me into that world of like this sixth sense, like, because they're so accurate, those cards. It's really creepy. It's kind of like, how does this work? And then she recommended me to go and see a shaman in Guatemala on Lake Atitlan, Dr. Bill. And I saw him and he told me a lot of stuff and I got completely confronted. And from San Marcos, I went to the other side, which is the party side, San Pedro, and just got fucked up and was like, fuck that, I don't want to remember. And then 2 years later, I was in India for the second time. And there was this incident that occurred. And my friend, I was running late and I didn't have enough money. I was checking out. My friend was picking me up. And I ran out and I was like, hey, give me $2. And then I grabbed the $2, went back inside. And when I came back, she was talking to someone. And it was this lady dressed in all white. And I was like, ooh, what is she telling her? And it was really interesting. And I was like, I want her to tell me something. But I didn't want to interrupt. And I was just like, ooh, she's like having a vision and telling my friend like what she saw. And I was like, this is so interesting. And then she turned to me and she's like, can I help you? And I was like, no, I'm just waiting for my friend. She was like, I have to tell you something. And I was like, ooh. And she told me the same thing that the shaman told me. So I was like, whoa, yeah. Again, confronting. But I really was ready to hear it this time. I wrote it down somewhere. I want to see what the hell it was. Because we came back so excited and we were like, oh my God, let's write it down. I don't want to forget what she said. But yeah, it was so interesting. Anyway, so yeah, that kind of like, and in Rishikesh, this is where it was in India, Rishikesh, it's on the river, right? So it's a holy, the Ganga, the Ganges, it's a holy place for Indians and tourists and everyone, and people go there and they just pray and do all the rituals and pray and give thanks and pray. And so it's a really, really like strong, energetic area because it's all built up with these like just the magic of the prayers and manifestation. So whatever you want, you can just manifest like this. So I was manifesting everything. It was like you just think and it would happen. And then I was like manifesting lovers, and I manifested, I was like, I'm going to manifest a lover for Perth. And I manifested a lover and get this message, and this guy asked me out, and I'm still in India, and I'm like, fuck, this is magic. And then I remember having the date with the guy, and it was going okay. It wasn't amazing, it wasn't shit. But then we got stopped on the way. He was like dropping me off at the bus station, and we got stopped by this lady, and she asked us for directions. And to the bus station. And we were like, yeah, sure. We're going there. Come with us. And then, because she had an accent, I actually decided that I would ask her, like, oh, where are you from? Usually I wouldn't talk to anyone, but yeah, it was something about her. I was like, where are you from? And then she was going on my bus, and I was like, where are you going? And then she ended up going to my suburb, and then she actually was like, oh, I don't have a phone, I just have this printout, like, would you help me? And it was 2 blocks from my house, and I was like, wow, fate brought us together. And as soon as I said that, something clicked and something got triggered, and she was like, our conversation shifted, and we started talking about all these like spiritual things. And then she was the first person I ever told what the shaman told me. And that night I think I re-listened to the recording because he allowed me to record it. And then she told me that she just saw a shaman in Bali. And it was just crazy, like, really. Then the next day we reconnected and went for a walk. And it just felt like I knew her forever. Even though we just met, and yeah. It was crazy. And we talked about past lives, and that's what I always felt like, you know, when you're traveling and you just have this deep, deep connection with someone like this. I then started to think like that when you're traveling, you're so in like flow, and you're allowing the universe and your intuition to really guide you, and to guide you to your soulmates, to the people from your past lives. And it was so interesting because, yeah, I really believed that, and I told people and I shared it, and it was just like, you can't really explain it. You just know. There's no words to describe it in our world. It's just this other level. And it was really interesting. And then from there, yeah, did I go traveling again? I would have gone to India again, yeah, definitely after that. And then, yeah, I returned from India. I went to Europe after that, yeah. I went to Europe and then India. I found my purpose in life, and originally I thought it was to empower women to have self-love and orgasmic sex, but because of my transformation over the 4 years of traveling and exploring and seeing different cultures and experiencing different people, and just really connecting to what I want, and being able to speak my truth, and connecting and being vulnerable, and learning about vulnerability, and learning about different things. So I was like, oh my God, I'm going to start running workshops. And I created a workshop called Releasing Your Inner Sexual Goddess. And I started running them. I did 2, and I realized, what the fuck am I doing? I don't know what I'm doing. I've had my life. I've done a bit of like self-development. I became a leader for that. So I was like, I can kind of lead. Like I did my undergrad in psych. So I was like, all these little things are pushing me towards my purpose. But then I realized, shit, everyone is so different. And how can I create this, like, to be more powerful? And I decided to do more research into Tantra. And then I realized there's different things of Tantra. There's the Indian traditional Tantra, which is mainly meditation and a little bit of sex. And then there's the westernized Tantra, where they've taken a little bit of sex and it's just now this everything, you know. And when we talk about Tantra, people are like, it's about connection and sexual connection and da-da-da. And I was like, found this course that a lot of people recommended, Tantra shamanist kind of thing. And I was like, oh, I'll get to see how they facilitate groups and maybe take away some kind of like little exercises that they do there. And then I got there and I was like, this is next level. Like, I could not recreate this at this point in time. But it totally gave me, I feel, the missing link. Like, I already had the self-development where I've looked into my past and I saw how my past runs my future, and the stories in my head that have happened from my childhood, and the vicious cycles I keep reoccurring in my life in different areas. And yeah, the little voice, and then I got connected to the universe, spirituality and manifesting and praying and creating and visualizing, and the relationship to ego and how ego can run you and how ego does run you, but it's not always the worst. It's like you need ego to make shit happen, but you can't let it run your life. And then I got the feminine and the masculine and different archetypes, and really stepping into the different archetypes and boundaries and consent and just next level. And I was like, wow. And then I met all these incredible humans, and because I was manifesting and practicing gratitude is the key to happiness, really learnt that. So yeah, I met all these amazing people, and I've had this dream of traveling and hosting workshops all over the world and creating workshops. But my dream was to come home, settle down, create a database, and then start traveling. But it's been 4 years, and I realized I was meant to go to the East Coast for 2 weeks, and I'm being here for 2 months. So I realized the settle down is not going to work for me. So scratch that. I've decided that I'm just going to create my new life, my career. And I decided that about 6 weeks ago. It was after doing that Tantra shaman thing. And because I was looking back at my life, the life I've created so far of travel, indulgence, money, abundance of incredible humans. And I was like, I'm so lucky practicing gratitude. But then I realized I created that. I manifested that. I am in charge of creating my whole life, and this is what I've done. So now I want to share this and show people that you all can do it. And by doing that, I'm going to document how I'm going to create my career, my onwards life, traveling, I can do easy. I know how to travel. I can go anywhere in the world. I can make any amount of money last. But now I want to create, and I want to inspire and empower. And I'm going to be doing this through social media and through my website that I'm now creating, and workshops and coaching. And yeah, I really just want to give. And I want this work to be available for anyone. So please reach out. Yeah, and I'm starting my next journey into energetical healing as well. So really next level, really all-rounder, and I now know why I attract incredible humans. Well, obviously I created, but I'm also really sensitive to energy. So when this negative gross shit comes to me, I'm straight away ooh, and I tend to get myself out of those situations and don't have these kind of interactions with these people. But lately I've actually been getting lessons in attracting them, but it's because I needed to learn how to handle them and deal with them. Anyway, there is just so much I want to share. But this was the intro episode, just to get a little bit of an insight into my journey and my skills and my knowledge. But the main thing is I walk the talk. I live. That is the thing that I want to show, that I am living everything I'm saying, I'm preaching. This is my life. And it's an incredible journey, and I would love to invite you to come with me on it. Thank you so much for listening and tuning in, and there will be so many more episodes. If you want to ask me anything, if you're interested in anything, if you want me to do an episode on anything, please reach out.